In last class, we discussed about the myopia. Today we will discuss about hypermetropia and astigmatism. So what is hyperopia or hypermetropia? By definition, it is the refractive state of the eye when parallel rays coming from the infinity are focused behind the sensitive layer of retina while accommodation at rest. क्या प्रॉब्लम है तुम लोगों को? एनी प्रॉब्लम? हाँ, एब्सेंट विल बी मार्क्ड फॉर ऑल, कीप इन माइंड, है ना. So patient is unable to see mainly the near object, though he can manage to see the distant object, but he is have more difficulty to see the near objects. Etiological type same as myopia, axial most common. Here the anterior-posterior diameter or axial length will be decreased. What is the normal axial length of eyeball? Curvatural hyperopia when the flattening of cornea or lens or both. Normal curvature of cornea. Stand up. अगर तुम शोर करोगे सबकी एब्सेंट लग जाए, ये ध्यान रखना बस तुम, है ना. व्हाट इज नॉर्मल कर्वेचर ऑफ कॉर्निया? लास्ट क्लास में थे नहीं थे भाई? घर गए थे, आ गए अब घर से? अब यहीं रहेगा, वापिस जाएगा? नहीं, सिट डाउन. उधर से बताओ, व्हाट इज नॉर्मल कर्वेचर ऑफ कॉर्निया इन फ्रंट रो? स्टैंड अप. 10 mm. It is the curvature value. Curvature is 10 millimeter of. What is the size of cornea? पीछे से लास्ट रो. नहीं मालूम? शोर करना मालूम है? हाउ टू मेक नॉइज इन क्लास? नो. इधर से बताओ, बीच में से. सिट डाउन. यू थर्ड रो फर्स्ट. स्टैंड अप. नहीं, तेरे पीछे वाला. साइज ऑफ कॉर्निया. बगल वाले को बोल. बुक खोल रखी है, देख लिया अब तो? बता दे, बुक खोल के तो बता दे. बुक में भी तो पता होना चाहिए ना कहाँ मिलेगा. नहीं, बुक खोल के भी नहीं पता? वेरी गुड. किसी को नहीं पता. बैठ जाओ. हाँ भाई, ब्लू शर्ट. तेरे पीछे ब्लू शर्ट. हाँ, तू ही. 12 mm कॉर्निया की क्या साइज है? क्या कर्वेचर है? कर्वेचर है. देन व्हाट इज साइज? किसी को भी नहीं पता. बीच में से रेड टी शर्ट. यस. नहीं, तुम बैठ जाओ. हाँ भाई, नहीं पता? अब किसको पता ही बताओ. इधर से गर्ल्स बैठ जाओ. हाँ भाई, लास्ट रो. यस. 11.7 millimeter. Is it size or diameter? Vertical or horizontal? Horizontal. And vertical 11. It is the size of cornea. What is curvature of cornea? You know? पीछे से कोई. लास्ट रोज लास्ट 2 रोज, एनीवन? बैठ जाओ। नो, नेक्स्ट 2 रोज। किसी को ही नहीं पता यार, पिछली क्लास में इतना बढ़िया बताया था तुमको। अब कोई बता दो पूरी क्लास में से जिसको मालूम है। कर्वेचर ऑफ कॉर्निया इन डायोप्ट्रिक वैल्यू बता दो, मिलीमीटर में नहीं पता। व्हाट इज द डायोप्टर ऑफ कॉर्निया? टोटल डायोप्ट्रिक पावर ऑफ आई कितनी? 60 डायोप्टर। सो कॉर्निया की कितनी होती है इसमें से? बता दो यार, ये तो पूछ रहा हूँ मैं। बाकी किसकी होती है? वो कितनी होती है? 17 to 18 डायोप्टर। पता भी है, बता भी नहीं रहो। सो देयर आर 3 क्लिनिकल टाइप्स ऑफ हाइपरमेट्रोपिया: सिंपल, पैथोलॉजिकल, फंक्शनल। नो नॉइज। Commonest form is the simple hypermetropia, results from the normal biological variation in the development of eyeball, include axial and curvatural hypermetropia. It may be hereditary. Then pathological hypermetropia, anomalies lie outside the limit of biological variation. Acquired hypermetropia due to decreased curvature of outer lens fibers in old age or due to cortical sclerosis of the lens fibers. Positional hypermetropia due to posterior dislocation of lens. Aphakia, it is a absence of crystalline lens in visual axis, है ना? पूरी डेफिनेशन आनी चाहिए। absence of crystalline lens in visual axis. Suppose if lens is fallen down in vitreous cavity, then it is, this condition is aphakia or not? No. This is also aphakia because the lens is not present in visual axis, है ना? So aphakia, it may be due to trauma, it may be due to surgically induced, है ना? After cataract surgery, sometimes IU will not implanted, so that condition is also called aphakia. Or consecutive hypermetropia means if we implant the lens or artificial lens of लेस पावर, है ना? आर्टिफिशियल लेंस की अगर पावर अपन कम लगाएंगे, देन पेशेंट विल हैव हाइपरमेट्रोपिया. दैट कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड कंसिक्यूटिव हाइपरमेट्रोपिया. फंक्शनल हाइपरमेट्रोपिया, थर्ड टाइप इज द इट रिजल्ट फ्रॉम द पैरालिसिस ऑफ accommodation seen in patient with third nerve paralysis and internal ophthalmoplegia. Third nerve will supply the which muscle? Ciliary muscle. And which muscle of iris is supplied by third nerve? Sphincter pupilli. And dilator pupilli supplied by sympathetic supply. And थर्ड नर्व सब और किस मसल को सप्लाई करती है थर्ड नर्व आई के अंदर? खड़े होके बता पूरी एक्स्ट्राओकुलर मसल कौन कौन सी? खड़े होके बता दे, कोई बात नहीं, जितना आता है. SO4 एंड LR6. फुल फॉर्म बताए इनकी? गुड. और कोई सी मसल है जिसको सप्लाई करती है थर्ड नर्व? नहीं बता भी है, ऐसा नहीं. और भी है कोई? सिंपैथेटिक. और भी मसल होती है ना आई में, तो लिड के अंदर होती है मसल्स दो, लिवेटर पैल्पेब्री एंड ऑर्बिक्यूलस ओक्यूलाई. इनको कौन सप्लाई करता है? फेशियल नर्व कौन सी को सप्लाई करती है? फेशियल नर्व विल सप्लाई ऑर्बिक्यूलस ओक्यूलाई and LPS will be supplied by this third nerve. Okay, sit down. So there is another classification of hypermetropia is total hypermetropia. It is the total amount of refractive error estimated after complete cycloplegia with atropine. There are few drugs which cause cycloplegia. There are two terms, cycloplegia and mydriasis. Can anyone differentiate between these two terms? Cycloplegia and mydriasis, or they are same? एनीवन? तो फिजियोलॉजी में पढ़ते हैं यार, ये चीज़ ऐसी नहीं है. दीज आर नॉट न्यू थिंग्स. व्हाट इज साइक्लोप्लीजिया एंड व्हाट इज midriasis? Midriasis is the dilatation of pupil, while cycloplegia is paralysis of accommodation. So there are few drugs which causes cycloplegia or paralysis of accommodation. What are these drugs? पढ़िए फार्माकोलॉजी, नहीं पढ़ी? एट्रोपिन हो गई एक, तो लिख ही रहा है इसमें. अदर होमेट्रोपिन, वेरी गुड. ट्रोपिकामाइड, अदर्स, एनी मोर? और कोई ऐड करना चाहता है? साइक्लोपेंटोलेट, वेरी गुड. एंड वन मोर, फिनाइलेफ्रिन, है ना. फिनाइलेफ्रिन इज द ड्रग विच कॉजेज ओनली midriasis, नॉट साइक्लोप्लीजिया, while all other four drugs causes both actions, है ना. midriasis plus cycloplegia. Out of these, atropine is the most potent drug. huh? It will cause complete cycloplegia. So total hypermetropia is the amount of refractive error estimated after complete cycloplegia with atropine. It is divided into two, latent and manifest. Latent hypermetropia is corrected by the inherent tone of ciliary muscle. It is usually about 1 diopter high in children and decreases with the age, and it revealed after abolishing the tone of ciliary muscle with atropine. So second is the manifest hypermetropia. It is the remaining part of total hypermetropia which is corrected by the accommodation and convex lenses. It again consists two parts. Manifest hypermetropia have two parts, facultative and absolute. Facultative is corrected by the accommodation. कहाँ से आ रहा हो? हाँ, लेबर लेबर रूम में क्या करो? लेबर रूम में क्या करो? गायनी में? अभी तक पोस्टिंग चल रही है तुम्हारी? तो 1 बजे तक है ना. तो तुम्हारे पूरी थी क्या, पूरी लोड? हाँ? क्या फिर? ल- तो यू हैव असिस्टेड, गुड. आप हमारा तो सम्मान किया जाना चाहिए. So facultative hypermetropia is corrected by the patient's accommodative effort, and absolute is the residual part not corrected by the patient's accommodative effort. So three parts हो गए total hypermetropia के. One is the latent, another is the facultative, and third is the absolute. Latent by the tone of the ciliary muscle, accommodative by the accommodation power of the lens, and third is the absolute. These three will make the total hypermetropia. So total divided into two, manifest and latent, and manifest again divided by the facultative and absolute. Normal age variation. At birth usually the child have +2 to 3 diopter hypermetropia. It slightly increases in first year of life, then gradually decreases or by the age of 5 to 10 years. In older age again, after 50 years, the tendency to become the hypermetropic due to the tone of ciliary muscle decrease or due to the decrease in the accommodative power. So facultative and hypermetropia become absolute hypermetropia in older age. Symptoms is the principal symptom is the blurring of vision from close work. Symptoms vary depending upon the age of patient and degree of refractive error. Why it depend on the age? Because in young age patient have more accommodation power, so he will adjust few amount of hypermetropia and can see the objects clearly. But as the age advances, his accommodative power and ciliary power will decrease and hypermetropia become more manifested. Patient may be asymptomatic, asthenopic symptoms, defective vision with asthenopia or only defective vision. Signs: visual acuity will be defective. What is visual acuity? हाउ टू टेस्ट द विजुअल एक्यूटी, स्नेलन चार्ट से कैसे करते हैं, कोई बता सकता है एक जना कट हो गया? कैन एनी वन डिस्क्राइब मी हाउ टू टेस्ट द विजुअल एक्यूटी? कोई भी बता दो यार एक जना, किसी को तो पता होगा, ऐसी बात नहीं, जैसे भी पता है। हाउ टू टेस्ट द विजुअल एक्यूटी, अभी तुम्हारी क्लिनिकल पोस्टिंग नहीं हुई ना? आई वॉल मे बी स्मॉल और नॉर्मल इन साइज, cornea may be smaller than normal or it may be flatter than normal curvature, corneal plana will be there, anterior chamber will be shallow and it is deeper in myopia, lens could be dislocated backward in positional hypermetropia, and a scan ultrasonography will reveal the short axial length. So by these signs we can diagnose the case of hypermetropia. In fundus, the disc will be dark in reddish color, irregular margins confused with the papillitis, so it is called also pseudopapillitis. Macula will be situated further from the disc than usual, large positive angle alpha and apparent divergent squint will be there. Blood vessels show undue tortuosity and abnormal branchings, and background will be short silk retina. Complications: recurrent stye, blepharitis or chalazion, accommodative convergent squint. Amblyopia is very common in cases of hypermetropia, and it is more common when patients have uniocular hypermetropia. So amblyopia may be two reasons, due to anisometropia or strabismic and uncorrected bilateral high hypermetropia. In these three cases, chances of amblyopia is more. Predisposition to develop primary narrow angle glaucoma. In hypermetropia, the patient is more prone to narrow angle glaucoma, while in myopia he is more prone to open angle glaucoma. So we should have special precautions before dilating the eye. Treatment: basis for pre-treatment, either no treatment if the error is small, asymptomatic, visual acuity is normal and no muscular imbalance. If the patient is younger children, some degree of hypermetropia is physiological, so no need to correction. Treatment required if error is high or strabismus is present. Working in school, small error may be require correction. In children, error tends normally to diminish with the growth, so refraction should be carried out every 6 months, and if necessary the correction should be reduced. Otherwise a lens which is over correcting their error may induce a artificial myopia. No deduction of tonus allowance in strabismus. So in cases of strabismus, full correction is given. In adult, if symptoms of eye strain are marked, we correct as much of the total hypermetropia as possible. When there is spasm of accommodation, we correct the whole of the error. Some patients with hypermetropia do not initially tolerate the full correction indicated by manifest refraction, so we do under correction. Exophoric hyperopia should be under corrected by 1 to 2 diopter. So there are different indications to treat the hyperopia. Patients with absolute hypermetropia are more likely to accept nearly the full correction because they typically experience immediate improvement in visual acuity. In pathological hypermetropia, the underlying cause rather than the hypermetropia is the chief concern. Mode of treatment same in myopia. First is the spectacles, second contact lens, and third one is the surgical. Spectacles prescribe convex lenses or plus lenses, so the rays which are focusing behind the retina will focus on the retina. Advantage of spectacles: they are comfortable, easier, less expensive and safe. So with this help of convex lens, we will focus the rays on the retina. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Any important thing? Contact lens, second option. Advantage: they are cosmetically good, increased field of view, less magnification and elimination of aberrations and prismatic effect. Third is the refractive surgeries. These are not as effective as in case of myopia, but different options are available. Hexagonal keratometry, laser thermal keratoplasty, photorefractive keratectomy, LASIK, photorefractive keratectomy, and phakic IOL and clear lens extraction. What is phakic IOL? We can implant another lens in front of the natural lens, and when there is high hypermetropia. So that is in place, natural place, and patient, this is a permanent lenses, no need to remove or so this is about the hypermetropia. Third refractive error is the astigmatism, a defect of an optical system causing light rays from a point source to fail to meet in a focal point, resulting in blurred and imperfect images. So the light rays which are coming will not focus on a point, but they will focus on different point. We consider there are two principal meridian, vertical and horizontal. So in these meridian, both rays will focus at different point, not a single point. So conus of wisdom is the geometric configuration of light rays emanating from the single point source and reflected by the spherocylindrical lenses. Focal interval of storm is distance between two focal lines. Circle of least diffusion is at the dioptric mean of focal lines. The cross section of storm conoid appear as circular patch of light rays. Best overall focus. Again, type different classification of astigmatism. One is the regular and irregular. In regular astigmatism, change in the refractive power is uniform from one meridian to another. So it is again four types: with the rule astigmatism, against the rule astigmatism, oblique astigmatism, and bi-oblique astigmatism. In with the rule astigmatism, the vertical power is more than the horizontal power of cornea. Against the rule, opposite will be there. In oblique astigmatism, the difference between two meridian is 90 degree, but they are not at 90 or 180. It will be at 45 degree and 135 degree. In bi-oblique astigmatism, it will be regular, but the difference between two meridian will not be 90 degree. So another is the irregular astigmatism. Irregular changes of refractive power in different meridia. Another classification depending on the focusing point of two meridia. One is the simple astigmatism, compound astigmatism, and mixed astigmatism. Simple astigmatism means at one meridia light is focused on the retina. In another meridia, light will focused either in front or behind the retina. So depending on these again reclassified. Simple hyperopic astigmatism means in one meridia light will focus on the retina, and in another meridia light will focus behind the retina. Understood or not? There are two meridia, vertical and horizontal. In simple astigmatism, in one meridia light will focus on the retina. In another meridian it will focus behind the retina. In case of simple hyperopic astigmatism, while in simple myopic astigmatism, in one meridian light will focus on the retina, in another meridian in front of retina. While in compound astigmatism, both rays will focus in front of retina or behind the retina, depend on it is hyperopic or myopic, but at different point, not at same point. अगर सेम पॉइंट पे फोकस हो जाएगी तो दैट मीन मायोपिया और हाइपरमेट्रोपिया, दैट इज नॉट एस्टिग्मेटिज्म. लेकिन इट विल फोकस ऑन डिफरेंट पॉइंट. इन केसेस ऑफ कंपाउंड हाइपरोपिक में क्या होगा, दोनों रेज विल फोकस बिहाइंड द रेटिना बट एट डिफरेंट पॉइंट. व्हाइल इन कंपाउंड मायोपिक they will focus in front of retina but at different point. In mixed astigmatism, one will focus at front of retina and another will focus behind the retina. So this is the another classification. In this picture you can understand. In first picture you will see the one ray is focused at the retina and another before the retina. So this is the simple myopic astigmatism. In second picture, which type astigmatism? Simple hyperopic astigmatism, है ना. Third picture, one ray is focusing in front of retina, another behind the retina, so it is mixed astigmatism, है ना. Then in below pictures you will see, first picture is the case of compound myopic astigmatism. Both rays are focusing in front of retina but at different point, and last one is the compound hyperopic astigmatism. Now regular astigmatism is corrected by the spherocylindrical lenses, है ना. अगर सिंपल मायोपिक एस्टिग्मेटिज्म में या सिंपल हाइपरोपिक एस्टिग्मेटिज्म में, तो वी विल प्रेस्क्राइब सिंपल cylindrical lenses. In compound astigmatism we have to prescribe spherocylindrical combination, है ना. स्फेरिकल लेंस भी देने पड़ेंगे और सिलेंड्रिकल लेंस भी देने पड़ेंगे. So regular astigmatism etiology by the corneal curvature abnormality, lenticular is rare, retinal is also rare. Symptoms: blurring of vision, asthenopic symptoms, tilting of head and squinting, half closure of eyelid. These are the symptoms of astigmatism. Investigation by the retinoscopy, keratometry. Keratometry is the measurement of corneal curvature. Compound computerized corneal tomography, astigmatic fan test and Jackson cross cylinder. These are the investigation to diagnose the astigmatism. Treatment, again optical treatment by the spectacles in form of cylindrical lenses or spherocylindrical lenses. Other contact lenses are rigid gas permeable RGP contact lens or toric contact lenses. And third treatment, again same, surgical correction. Guidelines is for a small astigmatic treatment is required if in presence of asthenopic symptoms and decreased vision. In high astigmatism, full correction is given. Better to avoid new astigmatic correction in adults. Irregular astigmatism etiology due to the corneal scars, keratoconus, or due to the post-LASIK complications or marginal degenerations. In lenticular cases are due to the cortical maturation in cataract cases, and retinal due to scarring of macula, tumors of retina or choroid. Symptoms, again defective vision, distortion of objects are more, and polyopia will be there. Investigation by the Placido disc test to reveal the distorted Myers on the surface of cornea or computerized corneal tomography. So in irregular astigmatism you will see different focuses are there. फ्रंट में भी अलग अलग हैं, बिहाइंड भी हैं. ट्रीटमेंट, अगेन सेम, ऑप्टिकल रिजिड गैस परमेबल कॉन्टैक्ट लेंसेज, हाइब्रिड कॉन्टैक्ट लेंसेज, स्केलर लेंसेज एंड पिगी बैग लेंसेज. सर्जिकल ट्रीटमेंट इज पेनिट्रेटिंग केरेटोप्लास्टी. Astigmatism correction require prescription of convex cylindrical lenses at 180 degree plus minus 20 degree or concave cylindrical lenses at 90 degree plus minus 20 degree with the rule in cases of with the rule astigmatism and opposite in against the rule astigmatism. Contact lenses are, there are toric contact lenses may be soft and rigid gas permeable. Rigid gas permeable lenses do not conform to the asymmetry of the cornea surface but replace it totally and also provide clarity of vision and more durable, while soft lenses are more comfortable to wear, easy to fit and adhere more tightly to the cornea. Different type of refractive surgery are astigmatic keratotomy, photoastigmatic refractive keratectomy PRK, relaxing incision with compression sutures and LASIK surgery. For residual astigmatism, amount of astigmatism that still remain after correction of refractive error. In case of correction of corneal astigmatism using rigid contact lenses, lenticular residual astigmatism is exposed. Take your time. Presbyopia. Though it is not a refractive error, but we read in this chapter because of the same treatment line as in refractive error. Physiological loss of accommodation in eyes in the advancing age. So there is loss of accommodation in advancing age due to the deposition of insoluble proteins in lens in advancing age will lead to decrease in the, kya any joke is there? It will lead to decrease in the elasticity of the lens, will cause the decrease in the accommodative power of the lens, and it occurs around the which age the presbyopia start? Anyone? Starting age of the presbyopia 40. Very good. किसने बोला? So it start at the age of 40 year. Usually accommodation become less and reading is possible. Reading distance will increase. Na? Patient will say that I can't able to read at this distance. I have to increase the my reading distance. So increasing the near point of accommodation with the age. At the age of 10 year, the near point at 7 millimeter. At the age of 20 year, it will go 10 centimeter, and as the age advances, thus this near point will increases. Symptoms: need to hold the reading material at arm's length, blurred near vision, headache, fatigue, and symptoms worse in dim light. So correction again same. Spectacles, we will prescribe the convex lens. Treatment of presbyopia is convex lens always, never concave lenses. Another is the contact lens, or third one is the surgery. So spectacles are different form. It may be in form of bifocals, trifocals, or progressive lenses. Nowadays progressive lenses are more popular. And surgery may be also options: monovision LASIK, monovision and CK, intracorneal rings, refractive lens exchanges, corneal inlays and onlays. So these are in short about the presbyopia. We will prescribe the convex lenses. At the age of 40 year, we usually prescribe plus 1 diopter. At 45, it will be 1.5 diopter. At 50, plus 2 diopter, and at the age of 55, it's around plus 2.5 diopter lenses are prescribed. Thank you.